Dominique,
Suddenly they all arrive.
Hello.
Back from Bloemfontein is the cough, thanks to Natal swine flu that was conveyed. So therefore,
No,
I'm
it's
still
not me.
enjoying
It's not
Bloemfontein
me.
on a
Sorry,
daily
it's not
basis, and I'm as sick as a dog. But it was all worthwhile. And if you guys must all go to Bloemfontein next year. It was very lonely, just the four of us. So come on, guys.
Yeah,
Bye.
because you two were the drivers, and that is very stressful.
But yeah,
Who were the four?
it was myself, Ansi, Jenny, and Kay. One of my downlines.
Okay.
But
Did you
Jenny
behave-
was traveling on her own.
Did you behave yourselves?
Why?
Yes, always. I don't know about those two people who are sick.
Some of us behaved ourselves. I'm not sick anymore. Anyway.
oh no, do you want to behave all the time?
Yeah, that's just boring. Right, let me get back to sharing my screen. I might overlap a little bit. I did a quick scan to see where I stopped last week, but I know I was rushing a lot last week. So please feel free to stop me, ask questions, whatever, as I go along. I'm just going to share my screen again and get rid of some of these things. See, we've had some updates on Zoom. Okay, so I think I finished up after the talk about Supergrow with Bingi and Raymond from Tanzania as they pronounce it. So just once again, the Supergrow is registered in Tanzania as a fertilizer. Please don't promote it as a fertilizer anywhere else in any other country unless it is specifically registered. It says you can get into serious trouble. They did. They had a lot of legal things to sort out because of it, but it is now legally registered as a fertilizer in Tanzania. And it's making a huge difference to the people over there. But we're going to get into the meaty bit again. I think I covered a little bit of this last week, but customer development. Again, I'm going to apologize for my spelling because some of these names I didn't quite get. But it was Hosiana, Stella Marema, and Awuna Kalumi from Namibia. Stella, I think, is also from Tanzania. I'm under correction on that one. I'm not too sure where all the others were from. But we need to develop customers because customers obviously are our lifeblood. Without customers, we're not going to make any money. And yes, this is a business. It's a home-based business. It's a phone-based business. It's a small business with the potential to become a big international. It is a big international business, but we can start it small and go on. But without customers, we're not going to make any money. So we need to develop those customers. And quite honestly, in my opinion, I think you need more customers than you need team members. And remember, team members, in most cases, should be their own best customers. So a team member is just a customer on fire, whereas a lot of other customers are your lifeblood. And their suggestions are talk to people daily, because if people don't know that you are doing business, how do they know to support you? We need to learn people's needs and offer solutions. We are not selling products. We are selling solutions. There are a ton of problems out there. I see them on a daily basis. Okay, yes, I work in the medical field, but even regardless of that, you look around the shops, people are complaining about all sorts of different things. There are a lot of problems out there. And in most cases, we've got a solution. So we need to learn to listen to people's needs and simply offer a solution. Not this knocking on doors and saying, oh, would you like something that you don't need? Which is what a lot of people think that sales is. We don't do that. We simply offer solutions. And then we need to be very intentional when helping someone. Don't offer them all 110 products. They've got aching knees. Narrow it down. You need full motion. You need salmon oil. Don't worry about the other stuff yet. That comes later. And then you need to follow up to ensure that there's the correct use of the products. Again, as Louis always used to say, these products don't work unless you open the bottle and use them. Now, the next thing is, are you using them correctly? And our customers don't know the products like we do. So it's up to us to educate them, make sure that they're using it correctly. Now, this can set us apart from doctors and pharmacists, because the doctor prescribes a medication, you go to the pharmacist who goes, you need to take 3 of these things before every meal, and after this meal, this tablet you take after that meal, and this tablet you take 6 hours before this meal, and don't mix this one with, and everybody stands there going, okay, I need to take this medication, and they go home. Do they take the medicine? Do they take it correctly? Because if you don't take it correctly, it doesn't work. So this is what sets us apart, is that we need to follow up and ask them, hey, how's it going? How are you finding it? Are you able to swallow the tablets? Are you taking it correctly? Have you seen any results? Because we're selling results as well. And you have to sell yourself before you can sell your products, because people only buy things from people they know, like, and trust. So we've got to sell ourselves first. We have to have the utmost confidence in our products. You know, the training that we've always been given about the little wax crayon and carpet with Super 10. You don't sit and look at it to see, is it going to work? You spray it on, you rub it, you talk, you go along and you dab it. You don't look at it. You go, see, it works. And then you look. And we need to do the same thing with our nutritional products. Take this product. It's going to work. We don't make guarantees, we don't make medical claims, but if you've been using the product, you know it's going to work. I tell people, I had arthritis in my wrist and my thumb. I don't have arthritis in my wrist and my thumb anymore. This is the product I use. This is how I used it. It worked for me. I've got 100% confidence in my product because it works. You decide from your side. And actions speak louder than words. Don't tell someone, show them. We need to duplicate ourselves to our team. Our team will only do what we do. And when you're talking product to somebody, never talk price. Rather talk unique points. You know, our full motion is actually more than one product. It contains properties of painkilling, or should I say, it contains pain-killing properties. It's got 2 different ingredients in there that are known to act as anti-inflammatories. And it's got the glucosamine as well, which helps to regenerate the cartilage. So you're getting an all-in-one product. You're getting 4 different things in one product. Same with CoQ10. It's not just CoQ10, it's not just ubiquinone. It's also TRINN and half a dozen other things. Same with glucose balance. We learned that on Monday. It's more than just one product. Make sure you know everything about your product before promoting it. This is why it's always a good idea to use your own products, because then you know what it does. You don't need to know the nitty-gritty science stuff, but you need to have a good idea. Full motion has got glucosamine. It's got a pain-killing property. It's got 2 different types of anti-inflammatory properties that are all herbal. They're plant-based. You don't have to know how much of each thing is in there or what it is and what exactly it does. Just know the basics. Stay away from the word no. It's like I stay away from the word never. Always smile and be excited. Your product, be excited about your products, even if you don't know everything about it. You know more than your potential customer. Control your attitude with your customer at all times. you are going to get cranky people out there. And trust me, if they are in chronic pain, they are going to be cranky. Smile,
Yeah, tell me about it.
be nice, and be friendly. And say, I understand your pain. I've had it, I've experienced it, I know what it's like. And now I'm pain-free because my products have helped. Prospecting and approach. We listened to, it looks like my internet might be a bit unstable, so excuse me for that minute. Jose Machado, who is Adelina Machado's brother, Ashna and Marta Karomba, who I know is, so Jose is from Mozambique, I know Martha's from Namibia. And a prospect is someone with potential to be invited to see a presentation or product. So it's just someone with potential. We're never going to get every prospect to listen. We don't want to. We simply are offering an option. They say yes or no. Business comes from people. So we do business with people. Everywhere you are doing business. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and this couple put it across very nicely. They said, we don't go out to prospect. We prospect while we are out. And that's the way to do it. Always be smart and positive. You look at how these people are dressed over here. It was cold. We think we get cold. People from Mozambique and Namibia, cold is 25 degrees. I've lived up in Mpangeni. I think the coldest winter we experienced in the 9 years we were there, it got down to about 18 degrees and I wore a jersey for 2 weeks. They got hit by 4 to 6 degree Celsius temperatures. They don't know what to do with that. So they dressed warmly, but every single one was dressed smartly. So when you're out and about, be dressed smartly. We are business people. We are international business owners. Look the part. To be able to thrive, you need people. So the more you want to thrive, the more people you need to meet. And it's important to have a goal which eliminates fear. You need to have that burning desire. Your desire needs to be stronger than your fear. If you don't have that desire, you're not going to get anywhere. If you don't have a goal as strong as breathing oxygen, you're not going to reach it. It's got to be that strong. Listening to all these people and listening to a lot of other people that have on podcasts and things over the years, every single one's got the same story, basically. We needed this business, whether it was because of pain, whether it was because of money. In most cases, it was because of money. They were desperate for the money. And they were willing to do anything legal. And that's how strong your goal needs to be. It needs to be so strong, fear doesn't play a role. As they say, fear stands for forget everything and rise. Develop a habit to enjoy the prospecting process. If you're going, oh, geez, I've got to go out and prospect today. No, I'm not looking forward to this. You're probably not going to get a lot of people. But it needs to be something of, I get to prospect today because as a result of this, I get to change people's lives. That's how exciting it must be. Don't you feel good if you've helped somebody? Don't you feel good if you put a smile on somebody's face? I know I do. And I'm always grateful that I am in a job where I see people in pain, but I can make a difference. And by seeing them relax, by seeing them go, wow, my pain's gone, makes it worthwhile. And the prospecting process is the same thing. You introduce somebody to this concept and they go, wow, I can see the gold at the end of the rainbow. I can see a way out. We're living in tough times at the moment. People are running out of health. They're running out of jobs. They're running out of money. And if you can show them an option of taking that stress away, makes all the difference, not just to you, but to the person who is now seeing that they're not at the bottom end of the grave. There's actually light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not the train anymore. We need to use compliments to start conversations. We are professional conversation starters. And you chat to somebody, oh, how's it going? Oh, wow, you look cold today. You're dressed up, but the jacket looks so nice and warm. Oh, yes, you know, I've had these aches and pains recently. I've had flu. I've been coughing my lungs out. Really not feeling good. Oh, that's sad. What are you taking for that? Is it helping? Start the conversation and let it go from there. We need to aim to develop a friend, not a prospect, when first meeting. We need to be a person first, not a marketer, not a business person. Make a friend, because friends do business with friends. Never exaggerate business possibilities. So don't tell them if you sign up now, in 3 months' time, you're going to be earning $50,000 a month. And you'll be driving that Ferrari by the end of this year, and your private jet will be on the runway 18 months down the line. It's not going to happen that way. Maybe the person, Umdu always had a very good talk about that. He said it wasn't a case of, do you want a new car? Some people were just looking for a new tire on their car, or 4 tires of the same brand on their car, because they had 3 different retreads and the spare wheel was showing air through the tread. And that was what they were driving on. And they would do anything just to get a safe tire on their car. They don't worry about the fancy new car. They were happy with their 19-foot Sax-Gedonk that had 3 million Ks on the clock. But you could see the air through the tread. All they wanted was a nice, safe tire on that car. So don't exaggerate and say, oh, we can change this for Porsche next month. What's going to happen? How long did it take Charlie and Alter to get to where they are? Trust leads to team members. Again, people do business with friends, not these slimy salesmen. I've got my absolute worst is when somebody phones me out of the blue and they say, we've got, and they rattle off this whole story. Where can we send this product to? They haven't even asked how I am, who I am I interested? And they go, and they just assume that I'm going to fall for it and give them 5,000 Rand a month for whatever product it was they were trying to sell. And they sort of get all taken aback when I say, no, I'm not going to give my money to some clown who's not interested in me and is just wanting to sell stuff so he can get a commission. I'm definitely not doing business with him. But if a friend had to come to me and say, listen, I've seen something that works really well. Would you be interested in taking a look? Yes, I would. We can go for it from there. To go far, you need to go with others. To go fast, you're going to go on your own. But to go far, you need a team. And to build a business, you need to talk to people. My biggest nightmare, but that's how it works. And if you're at Bloem, you would have seen over 1,000 people. 2/3 were not from South Africa. They traveled by bus from Mozambique, Botswana, and Namibia, and flew in from various other countries. So 2/3 of that 1,000 people that were there
Tanzania
were not South Africans. And of the 1,000 people that were there, if there were 30 pale faces, it was a lot. We've got a huge market out there. Then we had Kelechi Oko from Nigeria. She was incredibly stimulating.
amazing.
This lady went from nothing to a 5 diamond, back to almost nothing again, and is building back. She's had challenges of note. Her husband literally dropped dead one day, which set her back. And she wandered away from the business for, Ansi, correct me, 10 years, 12 years? She was out of the business.
10 years.
You know, she was out of the business for a long time. And her son, who's now a partner, said to her one day, Mom, you only look alive when you're sharing this business. She was in the ministry. She loves sharing the gospel with people. She's made this business her ministry now. But he said to her, you only look alive when you are sharing this business and helping others. Why don't you come back? And she's up to now, I think, 1 diamond or 2 diamond again. Well on her way to 5 diamond once again. And her story was, if someone invites you to come back to see them another day, do so. Because somebody had approached her. She said, now is not a good time. Various things were happening. Come and see me in about 2-3 weeks' time. And this person did. Because if you don't go back to see them, they're not coming to you. Leadership is not pinned to your status, but your personality. So you don't walk around with a little naughty badge that says, I'm a leader. We see that too often. People have this mistaken identity that they're at the top of a business or they're at the top of a whatever, and therefore they must be the leader. It's your personality, not your status. And you need to sponsor yourself out of trouble. And we heard Charlie and Alta say exactly the same thing so regularly. We each have a unique story. So don't try to become Charlie and Alta. Don't try to become Louis and Laverne. We need to be us, individual. You are you, I am me. We can't be I can't be you, you can't be me. We need to be our own. We've all got a story, and we need to share that story to let people see how it's worked for us. And then we help them to develop their story. And we need to decide to succeed. It's not just wake up one day and you, oh, look at me, I'm a 4 diamond director. No, you've got to decide to do it. You've got to work. Make sure that what resonates with you, don't try to copy someone else. So if someone says you've got to stand in a marketplace with a loud hailer and yell at people and create a business meeting amongst 1,000 strangers, it's probably not going to work well. But if you do that regularly, great, go for it. I'm not someone who can walk up to a perfect stranger in a shop, say, hi, how's it going? Would you be interested in a business? That's not me. Somebody talks to me in the shopping queue, I'll chat along to them without any issues. But put 3 or 4 other people around me and I shut up. I don't do crowds, and 3 people is a crowd. And I've got my father's own bad habits. He could chat for ages to all sorts of strange people and come along and we'd walk off and we go, who was that? And he'd go, I don't know, we were chatting. But he'd be a friend. And I think I've picked up the same genes. The downside is he always used to forget to ask names, and so do I. I forget to ask a name and I forget to ask a contact number. But I'm a work in progress, so I'll get to do that. But if somebody starts chatting to me, I'll happily chat to them as well. It's really not a problem. Listen to yourself to find yourself. Sounds strange, but if you look at that little sentence carefully, you'll figure out what it means. We all need a partner and support in the background of our business. Look at Charlie and Alta. Charlie's up there in the front of the stage. He's the guy leading. He's just going gangbusters. Who's doing the work in the background? Alta. If it wasn't for Alta, I don't think Charlie would be quite as far as what he is. Exactly the same with Louis and Laverne. Who's doing the background work? It's Laverne. Louis is the mouthpiece at the front. Laverne's doing the hard work in the back. So we need to find somebody who can do that for us. We need that support structure. And with both Charlie and Alta, without Jeanette and what's her name? The bookkeeper, they wouldn't be doing
Greta.
Greta, yeah, thank you. Without Jeanette and Greta, I don't think they'd get very far either. So you need that support structure. Use the business as a pulpit. As I said, Kelechi says this is her ministry. She's helping people. And one person's success becomes everyone's success. Because if you cheer one person, you're cheering yourself. You clap for one person today, tomorrow they're going to be clapping for you. And by helping one or two people, they're going to help you. Remember the story about with Zig Ziglar? You will get everything you want in this world if you just help enough other people get what they want. I see I'm running out of time already. Money and success are side effects of building correctly. Don't go out to earn the money and the success. Build the business correctly. Like any good building, if your foundation isn't right, you're going to have a problem. Look at that building in George. Somebody was trying to take shortcut over there. Never did find out what the exact story is, and we probably won't ever. But the bottom line is they weren't building correctly, and it collapsed. And the same thing will happen with our business. So we've got to build correctly. And there, again, what Zig Ziglar says, money and success will come. But we mustn't go out with the aim of getting the money and success. Build your business in such a way that if you aren't there, you'll not implode. And this is what made her so successful. She developed a structure to get to 5 Diamond. She stepped away for 10 years, never got below, I don't think she ever got below 3 or 4 Ruby with the income that comes with it. Yet she never did the business for 10 years. The structure was right. And it's not what works, it's what duplicates. So we can try all sorts of weird and wonderful things. But if our team can't do it, it's not going to work. Don't worry about the high tech. Do the high watch. Watch what others are doing. Help them. Forget the high tech. Look at Charlie. He can't even turn a computer off. The greatest form of deception is self-deception. So we mustn't lie to ourselves because we're going to come short. Speak to yourself every day before leaving home. Self-talk. And start from the beginning each day. Don't think, oh, I've got a team of 20 people over here. They're doing brilliantly. When you wake up tomorrow morning, you're a team of 1. Go and find another. When you wake up the next day, you're a team of 1. Go find another. I think we can have just a couple of minutes to shoot through this. Another panel with Kelechi, Bingi, and Adelina, characteristics of a good leader. You can't lead where you haven't been. Leaders must be God-fearing and humble. Leaders are not these guys that walk around with their chest puffed out and nose up in the air and go, yeah, look at me, I'm the leader. The leader is the guy in the background, not the one in the front. And that has always gotten me with this business, where our leaders are prepared to sit on the floor with the lowest person there. I've yet to find somebody who goes, oh, don't talk to me, I'm a millionaire. They're God-fearing and they're humble. You must always be available for your team, not just at month end. Never give up on your team, even if some of them are going slow. Don't worry. Always be ready to learn and be teachable. We never know everything. I tell this to my kids very regularly. Oh, I'm tired of school. Never quit learning. People say no because they don't understand what we are showing them. So we need to teach them. We need to lead by example. We can't tell, we need to show. Praise in public, correct in private. Don't correct in public. People come to our business for their dreams and goals. Their dreams and goals, not ours. And we need to be independent as soon as possible. Don't be reliant on your upline. And we need to be consistent. If you're not consistent, you're not going to get anywhere. Start by leading ourselves. We can't lead ourselves, we can't lead others. So that's why it's so important to do those 3 basic success habits ourselves. And leaders must have compassion and empathy. Not sympathy, empathy. So they must be able to understand what's happening with their team. The team members going through a rough time, listen to them. See what you can do. If you can help them, great. If it's just moral support, do that. If you know of somebody else who can help them, refer them out. But you must have that compassion. I think I'm going to end that there because we've got only 5 minutes left and we can continue next week. This could take a little bit longer than just a normal weekend. So does anybody have any other comments or questions before I stop the recording?